Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm super happy that you're here today and I'm very excited to be bringing you another speed build here on my channel. Today we are working on Foxgrove 2.0, which is quickly turning into kind of a European vintage themed island thanks to these amazing new items that we got in the 2.0 update, specifically the castle wall, this castle tower, and the medieval building side. Seriously, some of my favorite items that we got in this update. But today we are making a castle, and I really wanted to create kind of like a cityscape area in the middle of the castle, like a little shopping center. I think we'll keep it simple with a cafe and a bakery, but right now I'm just kind of planning out how I want the exterior to the castle to be. If you're struggling to think of ideas for the 2.0 update, I feel like this build was actually relatively easy. All I did was go ahead and place these castle walls with the towers at each corner, and then I'm placing the medieval building side on the front and the back side of this build just to give it a little bit more, I guess, detail. I just feel like the medieval building side is so beautiful. I love that like brown roof that it has, so I did use that on the front and on the sides. I'm just using two of them, the castle gate in the middle, and then we're keeping it nice and symmetrical. I'm pretty sure that I used 3 of the castle walls on either side, so if that helps you, if you're going to recreate this, which you are definitely welcome to. I do get a few questions of people asking me if it's okay to recreate my builds or to even copy them like item by item, and it's totally fine. I put all of my builds up on YouTube, hopefully to inspire you, so that's what they are there for. It is totally fine to copy them, use them as inspiration, or to copy them item by item. It's 100% fine with me. You never have to ask to do that. So I'm just planning out the exterior part of the castle. This part was pretty quick and easy. If you were in the stream, I actually did do this in stream, and then I went ahead and tore it down to redo it for this speed build because I thought it might be kind of nice to be able to see the build from start to finish. So if you're seeing this for the second time and wondering why I'm redoing it, that is why. I didn't really change anything, but I did mess up the dimensions a little bit. You see the gapping there? So all I did was kind of shuffle things around a little bit, and then it kind of fixed itself. No big deal. But then I'm going to kind of copy the builds that I did previous, my entrance, and I'm just going to put these decorative pillars with the floating little, I don't even know what to call that. I forget what that plant is called, something floating planter, because I just think that kind of helps to hide that the medieval building side and the castle gate don't exactly match, but you can use lots of different items to do this. I also created this little alleyway to the left of this build. I'm not doing anything super crazy over here in the alleyway. I just wanted to go ahead and use these storefronts just to kind of give it this illusion that there's like houses here or shops here or something like that. So I do feel like this storefront is another amazing item from the 2.0 update. It really just fills this space so well, and I love that you don't really have to place any items in there. It just made the build look very full and put together without having to add in a ton of items like you might if you were using a stall. And then I'm jumping over to the front of the castle. Originally I thought I might want to do some stalls on either side as like little shops, and I'm going to kind of leave this footage in, but I'll warn you guys, I do end up totally changing it in the end. You guys will have to let me know which version you liked better, this first one or the one that I finally end up with. But I did go ahead and place that truck there with this amazing custom design of this little cafe. I think it looks so cute. The first person I saw to do this was Autumn Weeds on Instagram. Allie runs that account, and she is such an inspiring Animal Crossing creator, so I would definitely go and check her out if you're looking for more inspiration. And then I'm working on the other side now on the bakery. I'm using this standee design, which I think is so precious. I absolutely love all of the details on this custom design. It's so beautiful. I did struggle a little bit with placing items items here, but I kind of got a little bit better as time goes on. Placing these standees is a little bit counterintuitive because you have to stand behind them. I'm not sure why it is that way, but it's kind of interesting. And then I'm gonna go ahead and of course place a trusty barrel. And then I started to get a little bit stuck because I realized that the bread was not in a customization that I wanted it to be in. And I was kind of trying to figure out what items to use for a counter. So this was kind of my first draft. And then I ended up tearing that all down and going with the den desk instead. I feel like the wood of the desk kind of matches the standee a little bit better. I did think about using that new cash register that we got, but ultimately I decided to go with a typewriter because this vintage island, I don't know, kind of fits with the theme a little bit better. At this point in the build, I was just kind of going with what I had in my inventory, but you'll see in just a second, I'm gonna go ahead and tear some of this down and add some other things into it that I thought kind of fit the bakery theme a little bit better. But I am gonna go with this covered table just in front here, and then I'm using the iron garden chairs with it. Again, I'm not sure if that table has matching chairs, but I feel like the iron garden table or chairs kind of fit the theme pretty well. Also look a little bit vintage and antique. And then I'm just throwing some things over here by the cafe to just sort of fill out the area. Don't ask me how that truck got into the castle. It's not a realistic build. We're just gonna ignore that detail. But I'm gonna go ahead and place a couple of little things around here, mostly just trying to make this look a little bit more industrial with some like burlap bags here and barrels. I was kind of trying to keep these designs more on the simple side. I tend to really fill up the space a lot with items, and honestly I kind of just wanted to experiment with being a little bit more minimal in my designs. So you'll have to let me know what you guys think about it, if you still like it or if you like kind of my previous style where I was filling up like literally every tile with something. It's definitely weird for me to be leaving so much empty space, but here is the front of the castle where I was trying to make little shops. I wasn't really feeling it, so I decided to tear it down. And then I'm absolutely struggling with placing this garden wagon, and I ended up getting stung by these bees after this epic run to resident services. I made it all the way to the door only to get stung, of course. Honestly, I am so terrible at this game. As soon as that happened, I was thinking of Dahlia Crossing, who's another amazing Animal Crossing creator. You should definitely check her out, but she is always posting on Twitter about how she has this uncanny knack for running from the bees, never getting stung. It's honestly incredible, so definitely go and check her out. She is a wonderful Animal Crossing creator as well, but I'm creating this little music stand in the front area of the castle. I just felt like that was kind of a realistic little detail. You can tell it's a different day. I did have to time travel to get items and things like that, but then I'm jumping over to the kind of left-hand side by the street. I'm just gonna place a little bistro table here and the drinking fountain just to make this look a little more realistic. Eventually, I think I'll either place some hedge fencing or the plant partition to kind of block off the beach and finish off this brick pathing, since it doesn't really have an end point. It's always a little bit awkward with custom designs near the beach, I think. But I did go ahead and time travel. You can see that I have changed up the front of the castle, added a few little details in here. I really like how symmetrical this is. And then I did also finish off this little alleyway as well. I added a street lamp, some barrels and plants. I just kept it very simple here. And then the inside of the castle is featuring this little cafe and the finished bakery. But that is really the finished speed build. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. I also want to take a second to thank the members of the Fox fam. Thank you guys so much for supporting my work here on this channel. You can also support the channel by liking and subscribing and hitting that notification bell if you'd like to be notified whenever I do upload. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.